Hello, it is me, Pearl, from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Pearl, and we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy inside of self, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment, and if we want to see change, we do need to shift and change the energy within, and hopefully my readings help you do just that. I have a special announcement that will be coming out tomorrow. I've been alluding to it, so you might know if you've been watching my content what's coming, but you'll get all the details tomorrow. But there's a special deal going on, and I'm going to give you the code early. It is Egypt25. You can use this code at the link in the description box below, and it will take 25% off of video recorded readings, which is the yes or no tarot reading, or just the one that says tarot reading for $55. So use that code today and take advantage of it. And if you want to know exactly why it's Egypt25, you'll have to wait till tomorrow when all of that comes out, because it is coming out tomorrow. But I'm excited to take a look at the general week ahead energy right now. We haven't looked at that energy in 2 weeks or so, so I wanted to make sure I got that in today. And also, can we just really appreciate my manicure that I did myself? I did have to file off at least 3 of the nails, 4 of the nails. It was 5. It was 5. Half these nails I had to redo because I made a mistake with the curing process, which I have now learned my lesson, and hopefully won't happen again. And practice makes beautiful. So we're going to go with that, because perfection is a destination at which one will never arrive. Okay, let's get started. What is going on for the masculine energy today? Not surprised, because we already got this card. If you were at the love reading on Friday, we saw the moon card already, and it's right here. And I actually like this because we can look at these 2 cards next to each other and just have a little history lesson, which I love. These cards are from the creators of the Order of the Golden Dawn, the founding members of the Order of the Golden Dawn. There's technically 4 tarot decks that those founders brought to us. This deck is the Thoth Tarot by Aleister Crowley and Lady Frida Harris. She's the one who did the artwork for this. And then this is the Rider, because the Rider's the publishing company, Smith and Waite deck. So Pamela Coleman Smith, and I can't think of what the other guy's name was, created this deck. And this is the deck that just became standard for tarot readings. Thoth, slightly different style. And then the third deck is the Hermetic Tarot, which I really like this one as well. This one is by Godfrey Dowson, right? Is that his name? Yes. And there is a 4th deck, which I do not own, and I can't remember the name of the person who got it. I really need to get that deck. That's on my list of things to do. But those were the 4 decks, only 3 of them of which I can talk to you about, which the Order of the Golden Dawn have made famous. And if you're ever wondering the origins of tarot, it doesn't start with these decks. It actually predates these decks, but this is just the one that just hit. Everybody just really liked it, I guess. So we're using that today. But we pulled the moon card on Friday, and I promised a little moon related reading, and I will definitely get that done for subscribers at passes.com/pearlsprayers, because there were questions associated with this card that required a little bit of a deeper exploration. So I will be doing that this week. So if you are not already subscribed over there, go head over there. It's only $15 to subscribe, and you can follow for free. There's also content over there for people that is free, that you can see as well. Extended content and lots of little goodies. So go check that out. But this is the general energy of the week. So this is what's on your mind. Because this card came up in the reading for the love reading, I want to say that the masculine energy is kind of thinking about love, which I wouldn't normally say when I pulled this moon card, but it's just because that Friday is kind of like the week ahead for love when I do, and I do it on Friday because that's Venus's day or Freya's day. But I just feel like the masculine energy is still thinking about that, whatever came up in that reading. So you might want to go check that reading out. But just a general sense for the moon, it's all about mystery and the subconscious, things that are hidden. It is about dreams and about fantasies and fear and anxieties. My eyes are drawn to the dogs because I noticed Anubis here on this version, and I literally looked over and thought, oh, Anubis today. And he was the Egyptian god that would accompany you when you died and needed to transition from the physical to the spiritual plane. And he would basically be your companion during that process. And the fact that he was a jackal and like canine like just makes me think of like loyal companionship. So I have a sense that on your mind this week will be something to do honestly with, you might feel loyal to someone and you might have like a question in your mind, like, why do I feel this loyalty to this person, especially if they haven't shown me any reasons to be loyal? There is like a very, it sounds like a hawk. Did you hear that? It sounded like a hawk outside. Which is interesting because that's Horus. So we've got all the Egyptian gods visiting, which makes sense because the code to use is Egypt 25. Okay, I'm done. But so this week you might be thinking a lot about like, why is it that I am loyal to someone that maybe doesn't appear to be loyal to me? Or what am I loyal to? Or where do my loyalties lie? Or, things like that might be coming up. And you may also want to pay attention to your dreams. You might be getting some messages through your dreams that may be enlightening in regards to these issues with loyalty. Maybe you have trust issues with betrayal, those kind of things that need some exploration this week. I think it's interesting because I just noticed this one dog looks kind of freaked out. You see that dog? He's like, ah. And then this dog is just looking up at the moon in kind of a reverent way. And I'm immediately thinking the feminine energy is totally in tune. Like this isn't something the feminine energy is afraid of, because inherently the feminine energy has that deep connection to the moon. But the masculine energy here is afraid because the masculine energy is much more comfortable with the physical. And that is something that is coming up also. In terms of the thoughts that a person might be thinking this week, that a person that you might be focused on in a relationship, I'm getting definitely a Cancer energy here, because this is the card of Pisces and Cancer. We've got this lobster coming out of the water, and I immediately thought of Cancer energy, so that might be significant to you. Also energy of home and safety. And so what I'm thinking is this person that you're interested in may be thinking this week, why does my person, and they're thinking of you, why does my person feel so comfortable and so safe and so at home in their emotion, in their feelings? That is a mystery to me. It is something that I fear, and I don't quite understand why they feel so comfortable there, and maybe perhaps why I do not feel comfortable there. Divine feminine energy, the feelings that are coming up this week are actually rather pleasant. We've got some lasagna here from the Pasta Tarot. I thought these two decks would look good together and also good with my nails, and I was not wrong about that. They do look excellent with my nails, if I do say so myself, and I do. The Three of Cups is about celebration. It's about having fun. It's about friendships, dating, reuniting, and having some good times together. And I get a sense that it's also for me about play, which the Sun card can be about as well. Even though the moon is here, it's like the sun is out in this card. So we've got the mind here with a lot of blue, which is about exploring the truth. And we've got the yellow here, which is like the solar plexus energy, the confidence, feeling good, like you should. So this is a really good week. If you have dreams or if you fantasize things, this is a really, really good week to have fun with those things. to be loyal to what you love, to be a companion to yourself. When you are a good companion to yourself, you attract companionship and friendship to you. You become magnetic for it. Because once you have become a good companion for yourself and you're loyal to fulfilling your own needs, you kind of get a little bit jealous of that time that you're spending with yourself, and people will start to come and ask you, like, to hang out with them, to do things with them, to spend times with them. They will really feel drawn to your energy, and they will want to have some of that energy coming to them, and you will be less likely to want to just give it away, because in the past, when you didn't like to be with yourself and you didn't feel like you had a good time with yourself, you were seeking out other people to try to like help you forget about, like, oh, I don't really like this, or just distract you or take your mind off of the things that you thought were wrong with you or the ways you felt unworthy, whatever it was. But now that you've overcome that, people wanting to spend time with you you're recognizing a sacrifice. Not that you don't want to do that, because you do. You feel good when you're hanging around other people and socializing, but now your time is just more precious to you. And so this week you might be noticing that as you kind of go deeper within and have more fun and dream and bring your fantasies to life in some way, people will be very attracted to that. This could be a week where you might be dating, spending time with friends or family, just enjoying yourself, or just really enjoying even alone time in your own dreams and fantasies, wherever you fall on that spectrum. In terms of a relationship or connection, if you're interested in that in these readings, I would say that there is a possibility, a potential for a reunion to occur. But with the moon card, I'm not meant to give you much information about that, because it's expect the unexpected, and if I tell you what to expect, then you're expecting it, so definitely not going to happen. Also, there's a mystery here of exactly what will play out, and part of the mystery and part of the surprise is what makes it such a special event or something like that. And the only reason I say that is because of the underlying energy, which is showing me for the masculine, we have the Magician card. Somebody who has been co-creating with spirit, who has all the tools they need in front of them, who is really, really leaning into the sense that when they desire something, it is done. Because with that energy of source, all things are possible. This is a card of magic. It's a card of miracles and tricks. Also, trickster energy can accompany this card, manipulation energy, but I'm not picking up on that. I'm focusing on that yellow that was coming out in the Three of Cups we saw. So the masculine is really thinking, empowering thoughts and taking action to make those dreams and fantasies that might have been on their mind for a long time actually happen in reality. And that's being backed up by the underlying energy here of the Tower. Look at the recall of the colors. So we start with this blue, which has like the majority of this blue energy, and obviously we do have a little bit of yellow there, but this is more of a blue card. And then we're getting this yellow card, right? And then we get the yellow card that goes with the blue, and we get this card, which now brings in blue. I think that's interesting. So I'm feeling like there's this interplay or this dynamic between your head and your heart, where like your head thinks of something, your heart responds in kind, your heart feels something, your head responds in kind. It's like a good back and forth that's going on. So it's satisfying, not dissatisfying, is what I'm picking up on. So if there is a reunion here, it's going to satisfy you. It's also going to greatly shift the dynamic in the relationship that you're thinking about. But this can also be just, because this is general energy, this can also be upheaval in your life. Something really shifting in a positive way, because we see this really positive energy from the Three of Cups, the very, very positive energy shifting like into abundance, like all this pasta falling from the sky. I'm thinking of bread from heaven kind of a thing. Really, really good positive vibes. Now, Another reader who was not in the headspace that I'm in and not really having the healing that I have gone through in interpreting cards would see these same cards, and they would be able to tell you, and if I say this right now and you resonate with this might mean that you're kind of still in an unhealed energy. They would say with that moon card, there's secrets here. The masculine energy is thinking about secrets. He's afraid of secrets. The feminine energy is picking up on third parties. The masculine is being manipulative, and everything's going to fall apart and crumble. And everything's going to, because the Tower moment is this is a really negative, bad thing. So it's really important when you choose readers to listen to that you are seeking readers that are a step up on the tone scale, if we consider the emotional tone, okay? So if you're watching a lot of readers that are really hammering those, like things are bad, things are awful, things are scary, things are falling apart, karmic this, karmic that, and that's where you are. That's where you are. That's where you're going to be, because they're reflecting back to you the internal struggles you're having. If you've happened upon this page, welcome. You're meant to be here, and you're meant to start listening to readers who are not going to be feeding to you the stories that you don't want to be true. And it's not that I'm like looking at things that are bad and deciding like, oh, I'm not going to read that. It's being able to see that even if there was a situation where there was a masculine energy who has secrets about third party, and even if there was a masculine energy that was trying to manipulate the situation and was actually making things fall apart, I would still understand that to be a positive transition for you, taking you from where you don't want to be to where you want to go, and that you required that kind of upheaval in order for that to happen. So it's not that I'm like bringing toxic positivity to a reading or interpreting this through rose-colored glasses. It's literally that I'm at a point where I can remain neutral about the energy and tell you what is the general energy behind it and how it may play out in your life based on your own thoughts and beliefs. All right, so let's see. What are we carrying in from last week? So we've got the Six of Cups here, which is again making me think of a reunion for the masculine energy, and the Five of Lunga. Also, this is in the Pasta Tarot they have different words, but the Five of Lunga would be the Five of Swords. Throat chakra stuff coming up. So what we're carrying in from last week is that we have given up trying to recreate something from the past. And when we want to reunite and come together, we want to do it in this less jaded energy, this more innocent energy. We've given a rest on thinking thoughts of defeat, and we're no longer doing that. Alternatively, there could be somebody who is feeling defeated about their past, or defeated about changing their past, which might be why the fear's coming up with the Moon card. But all of the yellow coming through is making me feel like the light is shining and the sun is coming out. So I don't really see this as being a problem. If they think like, oh, I really feel defeated about being able to reunite with my person, or about being seen as generous or kind with her or him, or it doesn't matter what the gender is. There's a little girl on the picture, so that's what I was thinking. So that's being brought in from last week. This can also be your childhood dreams. If you've given up on your childhood dreams in the past, really recognizing that those dreams are valuable and worth continuing to experience in whatever way that is for you. The current energy of this week for the masculine is the Page of Wands and the Three of Swords. So when I shuffled these cards for this position, the Page of Wands remained face down, but the Three of Swords was face up. And that made me think that on the surface, it would seem that there is pain or heartbreak or suffering here. But beneath the surface, what we're really experiencing is an opportunity to start a new adventure, to start a new journey. So if you resonated with the whole story of like, oh, there's a karmic person and my world's falling apart and blah, 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 what you're missing is that this is actually an opportunity for you to go and explore a new way of being, a new way of doing things. The salamander and on the wand's clothing is making me think of the energy of being reborn from the fire, also like phoenix energy. And the Three of Swords is really about a painful realization about the self. Now, this can suggest that there may be this moment this week where you recognize in yourself, and maybe it's because you see another person acting this way, that you in the past have had a failure to initiate, a failure to start something. For whatever reason, you're afraid of it. With the moon energy, you're kind of afraid of that dream, or you don't know where to start or where to begin. But it might be painful to realize that you've been the one holding yourself back. But it's valuable to know that, to be honest with yourself with that blue energy, that that's what's been going on. For the feminine energy, we have here the Two of Ripiena, the Two of Cups. And this is the energy of coming together, meeting up in the physical with another person, which again is hammering a little bit that reunion vibe. But it is also about doing something, choosing to do something that you really love to do. And that paired with the, it just started, it's been very sunny all day, and all of a sudden it just started raining, like suddenly pouring. Paired with the Three of Swords and the Page of Wands, the painful realization could be that it has been difficult for you to just initiate doing something that you love to do. And that's come from the energy of fearing defeat. I wrote down, and I'm going to read it again. I think I talked about this in another video, but where is it? Oh, here it is. These are out of order. No, I hate that. Okay. I wrote down, don't let your mind convince you that your dreams are not possible. Don't let your mind convince you that your dreams are not possible. So there is a lesson there for you this week. You maybe are refusing to let your mind convince you that your dreams are impossible. And that is all you need to do to shift the energy. The outcome that I give you, if you do nothing, if you literally stay exactly as you are, you don't do anything to change this week, you don't do any of the homework, which by the way, if you have been watching these videos the last few days, I've been posting in the captions, in the description box, I have been putting homework that you can do to help deepen the message for you. And it's to comment, there's a question, and to answer the question in the comments below. I have answered some of the questions myself, so you can see my Pearl account there is I think it's in one of the videos. You can see what I responded. And I've been doing it also on passes.com/pearlsprayers. So do that homework to get integration of these messages and to actually take that accountability to make the changes you need to make. But let's say you haven't done any of the homework, you're not going to do any of the homework, you're going to do nothing. This is where you're going to go. And if you like it, you just stay as you are, stay on course and do your thing, and this will be where you go. If you don't like it, you can shift your energy. And that's why I do these readings, so that you know, do I need to shift my energy? And hopefully, how can I do that? I feel a cough coming on again. Very strange. I don't have any reason to be coughing. And I haven't been coughing until I do the reading. So speaking or expressing or saying feelings may be very difficult for this person who wants to reunite with you. That's coming through for me. Wow. Okay. So where you're going is we have the Page of Cups and this Seven of Pentacles coming out together. And there were also two cards for the feminine. Oh my God. I don't believe it. We've got the Empress and the Strength card coming out, and look at all the yellow that was in the feminine reading. Wow, that's a lot. whereas there's a lot more blue in the masculine reading, and that's where the coughing thing was coming for me. Okay. Something that you've been waiting for a really long time is coming through this week. And it's something that you kind of have been a little bit, you've welcomed an innocence about it. You maybe have let go of a lot of the limiting beliefs you've had about whatever it is you desire, whether this is a relationship or, an experience that you're seeking to have. In the past, you would let your mind convince you that your dreams were not possible. But this week, you've really done a good job of being like a child in order to enter the kingdom of heaven, right? Like really being innocent and trusting in the universe, source, God, goddess, whatever it is you want to call that, to have this infinite potential that you can tap into at any time. Generally speaking, this could represent somebody who wants to come and apologize. Listen to the rain. Oh, Bowie, I'm so sorry we didn't go out sooner, because now when we have to go out, it's going to be just pouring on us, but it's okay. It's interesting because the rain is like coming and it's going and it's like pouring all down and it's going. So I feel like this has been a roller coaster ride, and I feel like there's been like moments where you're just getting completely drenched and other moments where the sun is out and it's just been up and down and hard to predict. That's coming up for me. And it's looking like calmer waters, actually. There is a little movement here, but we don't feel like we're going to be lost at sea. We're standing on this firm ground. With the Empress energy and the Strength card, you have really come into your own. You're very much, you feel your power. You feel your ability to attract this abundance. You are controlling your, like, the thoughts that would keep you from being able to have what it is that you desire. Like, you're really doing a great job. And someone is noticing this and seeing this. Like, it's shining through. It cannot be denied about you. It can't be denied about your the effort that you put in really paying off. And the time that you've had to wait, it has made you strong. And it's like you're getting this really heartfelt declaration of true love, or the first maybe gesture to be able to move from that desire into of what you want, to actually have somebody either help you with that or express that they really love what you're doing or whatever it is. So that's what's coming through this week. I love that. Let's look at, I pulled some oracles. So we have a spirit animal who's going to assist us this week. Look at the yellow again with bee spirit. I love that. Also, bee spirit is kind of my spirit animal because that is what my given name means. It is number 7. It says, the bee spirit's message is that sweet rewards are on their way if you are willing to get your ego out of the way and immerse yourself in the connected energy of all things. Bee spirit knows not to let a sense of being a separate self get in the way of a good thing. Spirit is always producing honey. Miracles and magic are everywhere. When you connect with the great hive, you are vibrating and buzzing in exquisite harmony with all. Bee spirit asks that your focus be on connectivity. Your body, heart, and soul and psyche experience total interconnectedness and a true integration when you self-forget, when you remember that you are part of a greater unified consciousness. Moving from separation into connection, from self-centered limitation to spirit-centered infinite possibility and potential, you become busy as a bee, enjoying the gifts of bee spirit, fully in alignment with your highest expression of yourself. Your heart opens and creativity rushes through you seemingly without effort, as you experience that nothing feels like work. Industriousness is driven by enthusiasm and inner motivation, and time seems to fly by quickly as the hive supports you in the making of honey. Do you feel the presence of your helpers in the hidden realms adding their energy to your creations? Magical results are taking form and will be sweeter than you expect. Bee Spirit wants you to remember that your part in the divine partnership with the conscious universe is being rewarded, even if you can't see that yet, and asks that you share your good fortune as there is plenty of honey for all. Be a part of the larger whole, the force that brings forth all that is sweet and delightful. I love that, and I also love how well that matches my nails. Oh my god, I am so excited about these nails. I just can't even tell you. I love to change my nails. The dopamine hit is like... I found that there has been a bee that I've decided that it's the same one. But when I go out and sit on my porch in the morning with my doggo, this bee comes. And it literally just goes around me, and I try not to react to it because, I mean, worse, I'm not allergic to bees, so if it stings me, it stings me. Sometimes life stings. Bees are, they're timekeepers, because you always remember when you get stung. The times in your life, what you were doing, what was happening. So they're timekeepers. They help us with time. And they're usually just kind of like checking you out, like they're smelling you. So I just kind of let it do its thing. Although sometimes I'm like, okay, bee. Okay, you're lingering a little too long. But I think that's interesting because I've been experiencing that bee. I love Spirit. Oh, okay. So this is going to be our next card. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me get the message from this card. This is insects, and it says support on it. The bees. And bees are so supported because they're like in a hive and they all work together. My heart. My little heart. I must know my alphabet. There we go. Okay. Insects come to free you from feelings of entrapment and powerlessness. This card indicates a lack of support from family and loved ones. Perhaps you feel as if nobody understands you or is even willing to try. You have experienced some type of upheaval, and your loved ones may be geographically, spiritually, or emotionally distant. Insects has crawled by to help you to adapt to your environment. Insects will teach you how to proceed and how to be proactive, for insects never let something like a natural disaster get in its way. Call upon insects whenever you get discouraged. The unsinkable nature of creepy crawlies reminds us to keep moving forward no matter what. Insects brings you the medicine of tenacity, patience, and detachment. Although insects have a strong sense of teamwork and community, they also understand the importance of minding their own business. Don't let your light fade when your words are disrespected or your actions are mocked. What other people think is none of your concern. It is your sacred journey that counts. Insects is right here to give you the support and encouragement you need to fly high all the way. In Egypt, the humble fly was given as a gold medal for bravery, and the scarab beetle was revered for its symbolic power of eternity. The Omphalos of Delphi in ancient Greece was a beehive-shaped stone thought to protect the temple. Native American dream catchers honor spider medicines as it weaves its web. You are protected, supported, and safe. Go with the flow. Be careful not to let worries turn into negative affirmations. Say positive statements daily. Acknowledge your strengths so you can call upon them when needed. Teamwork brings about desired results. Wow. The insect speaks. Spiders, beetles, those who fly, upon you cast their beady eye. Escape from web in which you're caught. You have the insect's full support. I love that. Synchronicity. Bring it on. Also, please obey card. Rude. Okay. It's not standing up. All right. The next card I have is weird. So my sister left this deck behind and I was checking it out and it's kind of strange. It's called the Enlightenment Cards, Thoughts from the Disappearance of the Universe by Gary R. Renard. And so I think it's like quotes from the book or something. And so I don't have the full context from them, but I decided I would just read them and find like a meaning. But it says, One of the goals of A Course in Miracles is to train your mind so that the time will come when, instead of judging automatically, you'll forgive automatically. So this is telling me that this reunion that was alluded to in the reading today, that part of the strength that you have acquired on this journey is that you have come into this energy where you don't judge automatically, you do forgive automatically, and that's going to be key for you and this person, or reuniting with the past version of self, the child self that like wanted to do something, like had a dream or a desire to do something, and being able to have compassion for the years that you weren't able to bring that to life for whatever reason, and instead of judging yourself, just forgive yourself. That's the message that's coming from that card today. And then I did pull a Thoth Tarot that I am not surprised is the Two of Cups, which we saw here in the current energy of this week. So we're getting the full insight of this. Now, a second card fell out, but I am only going to read this card. But I did want to show you that the Knight of Discs also came out. And the Knight of Discs is the Knight of Pentacles energy. So I do think that this has been very slow moving. Also notice that even though this is the Two of Cups, it really reminds me of the Three of Cups because of the way that there is this lotus here that's actually pouring into these cups. It reminds me of the Three of Cups, which is kind of making me just think of this general energy of reunion and of love. The card says love, and I'm going to grab the meaning for you on Thoth Tarot readings. Sorry, thothreadings.com is what it's called. Two of Cups, and it says the Two of Cups is the polarization of the freely floating streams of the Ace of Cups. Where the Ace was all embracing in its feelings, the Two of Cups has a particular focus. The Ace was unity. The Two of Cups is differentiation. Feelings are focused on a specific object. Two as a number is the symbol of duality. It implies the Two of Cups needs a counterpart, a source, or a goal outside itself. The most important aspect of the Lord of Love is that we learn to develop self-love, self-trust, and self-reliance. Hopefully, there are many of you who can think with confidence, I've done this. A day ruled by the Two of Cups is a day to count those you love and those who love you. It is a day to be deeply grateful that you have such abundance and bounty in your life. There is no greater wealth we can aspire to more than a wealth of love. Two of Cups allows a blossoming new union based on mutual attraction. There is both a physical and soul connection that leaves you giddy and weak at the knees. You bring out the best in each other and lift each other to even higher levels of potential. The exchange of emotion is heartfelt, and you are both willing to do whatever it takes to support one another. In some cases, the Two of Cups can refer to a marriage proposal or engagement. For those people who have not yet managed to achieve real self-love, this is a day to work on it. Throughout a day ruled by the Lord of Love, try to be conscious of your feelings toward yourself. Look carefully at the ways you choose to describe yourself. Examine how you feel when dealing with other people. Try to see yourself in your actions without standing in judgment on them. What did we just say? Often it is the obsession with judging ourselves, often through our interpretation of how others see us, that stops us from seeing ourselves as loving and lovable. So, put a hold on your judgment on this day. In romantic relationships, the Two of Cups shows a new union based on mutual attraction. There is both a physical and soul connection that leaves you giddy and weak at the knees. You bring out the best in each other and lift each other to even higher levels of potential. Did we already read that? I'm having deja vu. Okay. When it comes to work, you may notice that the people around you will start to appreciate you more. There's a mutual respect here, meaning you will also be more comfortable in your workplace. If you're looking for new job opportunities, this card may be a good sign in terms of love. The card represents a good sign, period. In terms of love, the card represents commitment, a balanced relationship, and love. But this does not simply mean that you will no longer need to nurture your love to make it last. The drive of this card is love, unity, indifference, and mutual attraction. The light is harmony, pleasure, love, friendship, passion, unified love, partnership, close bonds, joining forces, and mutual respect. The shadow is dissipation, waste, stillness, subtlety, self-love, breakups, disharmony, distrust, separation, rejection, division, imbalance, tension, bad communication, and withdrawal. A reversal on this card can suggest a breakup or a falling out. You are out of sync with each other and don't share the same emotional connection you did in the past. You may notice a lack of trust, and being open with one another is proving difficult. Communication may be restricted or withheld, and the energy flow between you stifled. To turn the situation around, open up, share, and hold a safe space for one another to express your feelings. The key words are Venus in Cancer, inclusive love, happy relationship, and mutual emotions. The advice is your ability to accept love makes you attractive. Hand it over to yourself, to others, and to life. The question you should ask yourself is, in what environment can you share your love? The suggestion is listen to the love that comes to you. Stay open, let it enter and penetrate deep within you. And the revelation is there is nothing else to do but enjoy what life gives you. I am ready to allow the love that will fill me into my life. And your affirmation is love flows into my life in an endless stream. All right. I hope that you enjoyed the messages from this week's reading. If you would like to watch the next reading, I'm going to be putting it out probably on Friday, will be the love reading. On Wednesday, I will be putting out different content, but Friday will be the love reading, and then we will hit the general reading again on Sunday. So that's going to be my schedule for this week. I am going to do once a week lives where I will pull cards for people live, and I will also just hang out and you can ask me questions and stuff. And I do think that I am going to start doing that on Wednesdays, potentially. Actually, no. Wednesdays is the discussion group. So let's say perhaps Thursday or Saturday. I haven't decided yet which one, but stay tuned for that because I'm only going to be doing one live a week instead of all the lives that I used to do because I'm just kind of over working for free. It's not that much fun. I actually prefer to get paid for the work that I do. So I am shifting out of doing the constant live streams. And I will be likely doing that live stream on passes.com versus anywhere else. I am not yet sure about that, but maybe I will know more next week. I'm kind of getting into this flow with my new content that's coming out. So stay tuned. Please do all the things you can to help this channel grow. Like, subscribe, share, send donations if you feel so inclined. Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App are welcome at the link in my profile or the link in the description box, tunedintarot.com. Take advantage of that 25% off code Egypt25 on video recorded readings. And there is another code for intuitive guidance calls. If you would like to take off 30% of an intuitive guidance call, it is Pearls Prayers 30, I believe. No. Prayers 30. Prayers 30. You can find that code. It's definitely in the description box of the last video I posted, or it is at passes.com/pearlsprayer because I don't remember. I think it's Prayers 30. I think it is. All capital. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm so happy that I get to do this for you. It is so much fun for me, and I love you. Take care and have a glorious day.